I want to highlight the 6 reasons why people, your friends, maybe even yourself, fail to make meaningful and long-lasting change. I have been working with people for well over 20 years on financial journeys. I've started to talk to people about health journeys. And it is pretty clear to me that there are 6 reasons why you, your friends, your family can't make lasting improvement. So I thought I'd talk to Brian Adamson to run down this list. We're going to do the game of ping pong where he goes, I go, and we're going to get you a list of 6. Brian, what do you think? What do you got? What's number 1?
I think the number one thing is that people think they're special.
Ooh, tell me more.
So when you talk to people, you get this sense that everybody thinks that they're the only ones that got problems. They're the only ones that's faced with challenges. They're the only ones that have unforeseen circumstances that pop up in their life. Like when they talk about their life and the reasons as to why they don't do things, they really believe that they're special. And that the people that are succeeding clearly don't have any of these problems, clearly don't have unforeseen circumstances, clearly don't have personal issues, health issues, marital issues, financial issues. People that are successful clearly don't have all those things. And somehow the successful people just so happen to align at this perfect time in life. And that's why they became successful. Not that they too aren't special. They too have all the same problems that everybody else has. And they have decided, which most people don't. Most people leave themselves options as opposed to making a decision, which literally means to cut off every other option and commit to it. And so I think that's the first thing, Mike, is having this self-realization that I'm not special, that everybody got problems.
I love that one. And that's actually when I think about the building of one rental at a time and our 12 millionaires that we talk to each and every week, that was how I put together the roster. Is I wanted to bring people here who had different stories, different beginnings, because you're absolutely right. Everybody, looks at, me as maybe the creator of this and going, okay, you had your way. It worked for you, but you don't know me. Well, you know what? I got a 9th grade dropout. I got somebody who started with, negative 252 grand in debt. I got somebody that was, grew up in Section 8 housing. I've got this, I've got that. So it's really important for me to try to just dispel that. Right. I know lots of people who earn financial freedom who started in a worse position than the person listening. So I love that. Number 1. Number 1 for me is actually going to be, they just don't understand time. Right. How many times have you talked to people, I want to get rich, and you tell them the plan, and it's 5 years, it's 10 years, and they're like, dude, it's not 5 weeks, it's not 5 months. Talked to people recently about, how to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, well, you got to do this. You got to do this for a long time. They're like, oh my God, there's not just like some pill I can take. It's, if you want to do something great and you want to be in the top 10% or heaven forbid the top 1% of something, it's remarkably easy and simple. It's focus daily activities and do it for a long time. You just got to get 1% better every day. So it's really wild to me that people want these things and they change all the time. You just haven't given yourself that momentum, that compounding, that it can all happen for you if you just stick around longer than the average person. It's really crazy to me. Like I've met plenty of people on this financial journey, and they get to year 5 and the first 5 years suck, and it's just about to flip from the 5 years suck to the next 5 years of being much better, and they give up. I'm like, you're right at the door. You're over the hump almost. And they're like, no, I'm out. Too hard. I'm going to do something else. I'm like, oh gosh, you're just going to start over with the suck? It's crazy to me. So that's my number 1. What do you got for number 2?
That's strong. Number 2 is people don't have vision.
Oh.
So there's a scripture that says, where the people lack vision, the people perish. Right. So in this context, it means that when you lack vision for a specific area of your life, that area of your life is dying. So the reason why people struggle to start and maintain commitments long term is because if they don't have a vision, a firm enough vision, is my screen jumping, Mike? Are we good?
Yeah, you're good. Your sound is still there, so we're good. Yeah. You're good, Brian.
Okay. So if people don't have a solid enough vision about where they want to go, then it's going to be hard to discipline themselves long term for where they believe they're going. So
Yeah.
think about it, right? Let's since you use weight loss, I'll use that one for a second. So if I know I've got my 30-year reunion of high school coming up, right? And I want to be in the very best shape possible for that 30-year reunion, then I have a vision for what I want to show up as at this specific time and date being my 30-year reunion. So now I'm gonna have a different approach to maintaining this commitment for the specific date. Now they go to the 30-year reunion and they go back to beer belly and bonbons, right? Because that was the only time frame by which they desired to have that vision for most people. So they default back into the least path of resistance, which is what they were before. So we have to always have vision, recalibrate vision, reestablish vision for where we're trying to go, because then and only then will we maintain that level of commitment to get to that desired outcome.
Yeah. Then number two for me is going to be something like that. You don't really know what you want, right? You in this world, certainly in the United States, you can have almost anything. It takes time and commitment and all of those things. But I meet so many people that change what they want for their life seemingly every day, every week, every month. They want this, they want that, they want this, they want that. I don't know if it's social media kind of, desire to want to flex like everybody else. I don't know if it's the microwave society where everything has to come quick and you change your mind. But, the thing that is a superpower for me that I didn't even understand until I was nearly 50 years old is when I lock into something, it's the only thing. And the other thing you got to imagine is in today's world, everybody is so busy. Most of us have full-time jobs. Most of us have family and friends. Most of us want to do this or that. You've only got so many optional hours, discretionary hours to focus on something. And, again, a strength of mine that I'm lucky to have is when I lock in on something, those discretionary hours always and always will go to that thing. I don't get distracted by trying to be 7 things to, 7 different people. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go sub 10% body fat, starting from almost 35%. Well, I guess I got to lock into that. So when I have discretionary time, I walk or I do a heavy lift or I eat clean and track. I do stuff now that I've never done before because it's that important to me. I just don't think people lock in these days. That's number 2 for me. What do you got for third and final?
People have to understand that everybody has a very specific assignment for their life. And so you can't afford to get caught copying off the wrong paper because you're taking a different test.
Ooh, I like that.
So it's to your point, Mike, if I'm constantly being overstimulated and distracted by looking at Susie's paper, looking at Carl's paper, based on what they're putting out every day, and missing the fact that I got a different assignment for my life, then I don't care how well I copy off of their paper, I'm going to fail the test because I'm taking a different test. There's different answers to my test.
Yeah.
So we can draw inspiration from what others are doing, but we got to be clear about what it is that we're supposed to be doing.
I love that. My third and final one kind of blends together my other 2, and it's, folks, pick one thing, right? I talk about getting wealthy all the time. It's a 10-year journey, get a lead at something. I don't know anybody that became a millionaire or a multimillionaire without focusing on one thing. You don't get there by doing 7 streams of income. You don't do that by, this great grand diversification unless you want to have, 40 years or something to get to some endpoint. At the end of the day, one thing that I have adopted starting last year after having a miserable 2023, even though if you look at my 2023, most people would go, wow, that was amazing. You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. But I didn't challenge myself. So I think it was Jesse Itzler. I might be mistaken, but I think he's the one that inspired me to do this. Is like, you got to pick that one hard thing a year and you got to lock in. Like, I will always look at 2024 as the year I ran my first marathon. I'm going to always look at 2025 as the year I tried to and hopefully got to sub 10% body fat as a 53-year-old male. I think you've just got to be honest with yourself, realize you only have so much discretionary time, and pick your thing for the year. And then you do that every day and you get a little bit better. You'll be amazed at what you can do in a year. I think so many people underestimate what they can do in a year and they overestimate what they can do in a month.
Facts.
And, you know, I just challenge you, if you really want to do something, lock in for a year, declare it, tell everybody, have them hold you accountable. And I wish you the best of luck. So, Brian, closing thoughts on this list of 6 reasons why people fail to make meaningful and long-lasting change?
Yeah, I think my bonus one dovetails off of your previous. We got to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why you aren't maintaining your commitments is because you never believed the commitment to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
We will only behave consistently in what we truly believe. And so saying things loosely that sound good, but that we haven't internalized to believe in our heart, we're never going to stay committed to. And by the way, when you make a habit of lying to yourself, your conscious thoughts and your subconscious are at odds, right? Scripture says that a house divided against itself won't stand. So you're actually doing yourself a disservice by lying to yourself. You'd be better off just being honest. As an example, so I had back to this vision conversation, right? So, you know, selling on my real estate, closing down the real estate mastermind. We pivoted into business coaching, having a lot of success by focusing on one thing. Mike, back to your point, in a very short period of time, we're already having a ton of success in that. But it had me thinking about, okay, what's my vision again, right? That these things were a part of my vision. Now, what's my new vision? And so as I'm writing this out, just this weekend, as a matter of fact, I was sharing it with my wife yesterday. And I do vision for every area of my life, for my marriage, for my health, as a father, as a soon-to-be grandfather. I don't know if I told you that part.
Oh, you did it. Congratulations.
Grandchild number 1 is on the way. Crazy. I think I may be the youngest grandparent ever. But you know, business, spiritually, emotionally, all of it, right? And I'll just share this one. So for my fitness vision for my life, I literally wrote that I want to maintain a level of fitness that allows me to get into the best shape whenever I choose to. What does that mean? So most fighters, other than Floyd Mayweather, don't walk around in fight shape at all times. Right. They walk around at their natural body weight. And as time gets closer, then they'll lean out, do all the aggressive things that they need to get into catch weight. I've realized, Mike, that's where I want to be. Like I want to be in my wheelhouse to where I maintain a good level of health and fitness, to where if I'm going to the beach and I need 60 days to lean out, I could do that with no problem, right? That I could stay within, because guess what? I like gelato. I like eating, you know what I'm saying? Like I like what I have yesterday, churro cake and vanilla gelato. Like I like that, right?
Yeah.
But I also work out 5-6 days a week. And I'm okay with that being my reality, as opposed to lying to myself thinking I'm gonna have this rigid, clean diet all the time. I'm not. I have no aspiration to eat clean 100% of the time and only have one day off. I want to enjoy the things I want to enjoy, and I'm gonna work out relentlessly in the process of doing so. Right. But that's me being honest with myself. Mike, imagine me saying I'm gonna eat like a bird every week and then don't do it. Now I'm just lying to myself. I would much rather just be honest with myself. Like, no, bro, you're gonna eat some chocolate covered almonds at the end of the night. And that's just what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So I think that's the catalyst to it all, Mike. Just being honest, whatever it is, and you owning that and being stop cheating off of somebody else's paper when you're taking a different test.
Exactly. Well, Grandpa, where can people find you?
Oh man, I guess getting the early bird special somewhere at Denny's. No, Brian Adamson official everywhere, man. I look forward to talking with y'all.
I appreciate you. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thanks. You, man. All right.